All right, so 2020 September 16th, Wednesday, Vinko's fourth class.
Yeah.
So I think we are getting accustomed to this kind of
Somewhat.
So okay, from now on, today we're gonna go through role playings, and I'm gonna listen to you a lot.
Already? Why?
Cause I'm really tired. I'll make you just speak.
What if I'm also tired? 나도 피곤해.
Then we just gonna have a super chill talk.
Oh, great. Yeah.
One
Nice
word
and slow.
in
Yeah.
a minute.
Perfect.
그러면은 지금부터 한국어로 이야기를 해봅시다.
괜찮아.
지난 시간에 저희가 축구 코치, 축구 선수 했고
Yeah. 혼자.
그리고 사우나 아저씨 했고
네.
아이고 존맛탱 꿀잼 배웠습니다. 학생들한테 꿀잼
아니요.
아직 안 썼어요.
아니.
존맛탱?
I'm teaching English. 영어 가르쳤어. 한국어 가르치지 않아요.
그러네요.
네. 그냥 영어.
한국어로 하면은 학생들이 깜짝 놀라지 않을까요?
별로? What is already? 이미.
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 네. 이미 빙코가 한국어 하는 거 알아요?
조금 알아요. 말하지만 보통 normally 보통 그냥 영어로 말해요.
학생들이 이제 대답을 할 때
학생들이 대답은 정말 천천히 정답 말해요. Hello. My favorite thing. 항상.
와우.
괜찮아. 한 학년 or 1년?
1학년?
So for grade, like 학년 or 학년, you use 한 or 1?
1.
Okay, 1 학년. 그래서 이해해요.
4학년도
네네. favorite. 원해.
그러니까 그냥 이렇게 한숨 자고 일어나면 favorite and music.
Yeah.
그래서 그냥 is 자고
맞아.
writing 첫 수업 sucked. 뭐라고 적었는지 모르겠네.
어디?
꿀잼 writing 첫
So sucked.
처음에 50 50개는 sucked. 근데 적으면 적을수록 점점 좋아졌다.
I'm still confused actually.
그
What first time writing 50 minutes sucked?
그 빙코가 문장 만들기
네,
이렇게 했잖아요.
네.
그래서 처음에는 이상한 문장, 틀린 문장 많았는데 계속 할수록 점점 이제 좋아졌다.
네.
그게 좀 좋은 방법인 것 같아서
Okay.
적어놨네요.
네.
오케이. 자 그러면은 일단은 어제 팩토리얼 잘했어요.
정말 재미있어.
재밌었어요?
네. 그리고 한도 친구랑 말했어요. 근데 그란트 스콧 앤지하고 같이 말했어요. 그냥 그란트하고 그란트과 스콧과 같이 게임 쳤어요. 쳤어요.
네.
그리고 앤지는 같이 우리 말해요.
엔지는 한국 사람이에요?
아니. 미국 사람이에요.
엔지.
네.
엔지가 새로운 친구?
아니. 한국에 도착할 때 NG는 NGC는 만났어요. 그래서 아마도 3년 או 4년을 전에 만났어요.
오래됐네요.
네. 길 시간.
긴 시간.
오래 시간. I don't know.
긴 시간.
긴 시간. 오케이.
오랜 시간.
네. 오케이.
긴 시간.
긴 시간.
둘 다 좋아요.
둘 다 좋아.
그러면 어제 긴 시간 동안 공장 만들었어요?
많이 공장들 만들었어요. 그리고 we something alien we something
외계인?
외계인 많이 외계인들 싸우다 is that to fight?
네네네네.
싸웠어요?
네네네.
오케이, 네.
외계인들 나왔다고?
네. 외계인 oh my gosh. 외계인 오케이. 공장들은 많이 pollution 만들었어요. 근데 외계인들 pollution을 써요. 그래서 외계인들은 저는 우리를 싸웠어요. 네.
외계인이 있어요?
네.
게임에?
네. 다른 세계? What is world? 세상?
세계?
세계. 다른 세계에 왔어요. 네.
빈코가
네.
간 거예요?
네.
공장 지구는 공장으로 다 채워서
So Earth, whatever. What is Earth?
지구?
지구 is like formal pronoun. Earth. Okay. 지구는 우리의 없어요. 다른 세계에서 왔어요. 그리고 많이 외계인 whatever 외계인들 있었어요. 더 공장, 더 pollution,
네.
더 외계인.
외계인 하지마.
네, 맞아.
근데 빈코는 계속 만들고
나가.
나가.
근데 외계인 싸웠어요.
외계인은 강해요?
네, 하지만 my God, these are tough words. What about a turret? Do you even know what a turret is?
터렛.
turret. Oh my God.
잠시만. 터렛?
turret. 끙끙끙끙.
그 이렇게 위에서 또
맞아. I don't know. I don't even know what a gun, like 무기. What's a weapon?
무기?
네.
무기?
정말 큰 무기들 만들었어요.
빈코가?
빙커과 스콧과 그란트 같이 만들었어요. 근데 외계인들 약해요. 네네.
그럼 그냥
괜찮아.
도도도도도.
하지만 가끔 just sometimes 하지만 가끔 많이 외계인들 왔었어 와서 네 와서 많이 공장들은 파괴했어요.
오.
슈퍼해요.
외계인 공장을 이렇게 부수군요.
맞아.
신기한 게임이다.
같이 치자. 치자.
같이 치자?
네. 치자, right? Play together.
게임은 하자.
So I'm so confused when you
맞죠.
say like haja or like hada and chida, because chida is to play, right?
치다. 탁구를 치다. 네, 배드민턴을 치다.
But it just applies differently, I guess.
네.
So like you play soccer, you do yoga, and you go swimming. Is it kind of like that?
네네네네.
Okay, cool.
치다는 이렇게 뭔가 치는 거.
Okay. Kind of hitting, kind of like. Is it similar like play in English? You play a ball sport, competitive.
네.
Okay.
근데 이거는 차다.
Okay, sure.
축구는 하다.
네.
배드민턴은 치다.
Wait, 축구하다,
축구하다.
not 치다?
아니.
Okay, now then I don't understand the rule.
이렇게 팔로 치는 거.
Yeah.
핑퐁.
네.
탁구 치다.
네.
배드민턴.
Okay. 그냥 팔 치다.
뭔가 이런 채가 있어야 돼. 이런 걸 잡고 이렇게 하는 거.
Okay, so like apparatus that you use, like a gigu. Okay, and then gigu 없어요?
야구는 하다.
But 야구 bat.
이거는 치다.
음.
야구에는 뭐 이렇게 치는 사람, 잡는 사람 이렇게 한 사람 많으니까
네.
야구하다. 저도 몰라요. 왜 그런지는 몰라요.
Wow. 만약도 너는 좋아요. Like if it makes you feel better, that's a really difficult word for me. But 만약 너는 더 좋아면서 or something. I had to research play, do, go. So 아마 다음 주에 너 저를 말해요. Or maybe 해결하다. Explain? What does explain? 해결하다?
설명하다.
설명하다?
설명?
설명. 네. 설명.
제가
설명해 주세요. 네.
그 포스트잇을 여기 적어 이렇게
어,
모르는
나이스.
단어들은
네.
외계인 이런 것들을 적어줄게요. 배가 나와가지고 이제 편하게 앉겠다. 외계인.
Yeah, and where is the hanja for like outsider, foreign? Eh?
오 맞아요.
Okay. And then
세계
okay, yeah.
이렇게 외계인.
Alien. And in is kind of individual thing, person. And then is it gear or gear? Gear.
세계 할 때.
So just world, right? Kind of a world? Okay, sure.
세계 외계.
So like 외계인 is just like foreign world thing or person or individual. Hanja is really useful if you get to know the basics. Hanja check in 축자하다 recommend 축제
추천?
주천. Is it 주천 or 축천? Juchon.
추천.
Right, please. So double ch. Yeah. 추천해 주세요. 한자 책은 저에게 추천해 주세요.
한자를 공부할 수 있는 책이요?
네. 아마 다음 주에 추천해 주세요.
그 memrise 되게 괜찮던데.
좋아. memorize 한자 코스 클래스 정말 좋아.
그쵸.
야, 좋아하지만 아마 just 너무 not 큰 작게. What is small? Like
작다?
So like 작게요. 저는 더 한자 공부해야 해요.
다 했어요?
네네네.
에? 진짜요? 저보다 윙코가 한자는 더 많이 할 것 같은데.
아마 조금 한자 해설 damn it, I can won't do it for you. 너에게 해설해요.
그리고 뭔가 이제 라이언에게 라고 하면은 더 자연스러워. 그러니까 너에게 대신 라이언에게 그러니까 다시
정말 피곤해.
다시 제가 내가 너에게 줄게 말고 내가 빙코에게 줄게 하면은 더 자연스러워.
Okay, so that's more natural. Okay, cool. So just say it one more time. 다시 말해주세요.
내가 너한테 줄게. 맞지만
네.
내가 빙코에게 줄게.
Cool. 근데 이름을 말다고 추천해. Okay, so you recommend using name instead of sure. Okay, because 너는 like no or 너는 당신은 is kind of 불자연스럽다, right?
네.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
약간 너, 당신 좀
네.
거리가 있거나 아니면 정말 가까운.
네.
싸울 때. 네가 했잖아.
네.
이렇게 할 때.
저희 was it my first year? 저희 첫 번째 년 한국에 있었어요. That's a terrible sentence, but my first year in Korea. 요리사 사람은 저에게 잘생기다. 근데 저 말다고 너도. 그런데 저희 여자친구는 said, sorry, no, he's stupid, sorry.
맞아요.
네. 왜냐하면 너도 나도 그냥 무례해요.
네.
A bit rude.
네, 맞아요. 너도.
너도, you know, I'm being nice.
어,
잘생기다.
맞아요.
You too.
맞아.
You are also handsome.
그런데 한국어로 하면은 뭔가 제가 오 잘생겼어요.
네.
그러니까 응?
yeah. It's kind of like saying, like my, I know someone who met their principal on their first day in Korea, and 그리고 impress, to impress. What's the verb for that? 동사? Impress.
인상을 주다.
Impress. 주다.
Like impress someone.
Yeah. Is there not one 동사 for it? Is it kind of two words? Okay, just however it's most commonly used.
in a good way, right?
Sure.
Good impression.
Yeah.
The literal translation is give a good impression.
Okay.
좋은 인상을 주다.
그 사람은 좋은 인상을, right?
네네네.
Yeah. 그 사람은 좋은 인상을 주고 싶어요. 그래서 not 부사장. What is it? No. Not 대통령 is president of a country. 담임 is it 담임 선생님? No, that's like a homeroom teacher or scientist. What's the principal again?
교장.
교장 선생님.
네.
교장 선생님 좋은 인상을 주고 싶어요. 그래서 부장 선생님을 was it like 반가워요? Something like 반가웠습니다. 말하고 to this person. Says, 너도. And that's like saying in English, like you meet your boss and he's like, oh, like very nice to meet you, and you're like, yeah, you too, yeah. It's like yo.
Yo.
Yeah.
너도.
네. 그래서 저는 what is way? Like 문법? 문법 is way? Something 법?
Way.
Like the way of something.
I
learned
방법.
방법. 네. 그래서 저는 열심히 어려운 방법 배웠어요. I learned the hard way. Yeah.
이게 진짜 you translation 어렵군요. 너도. 그럼 이걸 연습해 봅시다. 제가 교장 선생님 할게요. 우리 빈코 선생님.
네.
이번에 저희 학교에 들어와줘서 정말 감사합니다.
너도.
아이.
아니요. 반가워요, 반갑습니다. What comes 전에 반가워요? I forget.
저도.
반가워요, 만납습니다, or something.
만나서 반갑습니다.
만나서 반갑습니다. There we go. I forgot 만나서 반갑습니다. That's usually the best one. Yeah.
그러면은 다른 걸로. 제가 교장 선생님이고. 빈코 씨 정말 잘생겼네요.
반가워요. Wait, but you can't say like, 너 반가워. Wait. Can you just say like 도 반가워요? Can you just use 도, or is 도 a particle? Does it need to be attached to something? But then can you say 저도 반가워요?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So 도 cannot be alone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 도 반가워요. Can you say like 반가웠습니다? What is the 반가웠습니다?
네네네네.
Is that correct? 반가웠습니다?
네, 이제 집에 갈 때 안녕 할 때 반가웠습니다.
반가웠습니다. Okay, cool. Yeah. 존댓말 like so one thing that confused me, you have 반말 and was it 존댓말? So 반말 is like 반말 is casual speaking, but then 존댓말 has two different kinds of speaking.
Yeah.
So what is the yo? What is the middle one?
반말.
Yeah.
니다.
Yeah, I know. But so 반말 is one thing.
네네네네.
존댓말 is two things.
네네.
So how do I what is the word for semi-formal? So
요.
the middle one.
요.
I know, but do you just call it yo? What is the word? 단어 뭐예요?
아.
yeah.
없어요.
Really, it's so weird to me. It's really bizarre to me because they're very different levels of formality.
So since there's actually there's like more than 5, 6 different ways.
Yeah. But then surely even if there's 5 or 6, they probably have their own words.
Oh, you mean like academic word to categorize this kind of
Basically, yeah. Because like when I want to, basically what I wanted to say is like I am bad at the high formal.
Yeah.
Like the simnida.
네.
Like I'm bad at that. I don't practice that. I feel like learning the middle one, of which I don't know the dano for, is like the best way to learn because you can use that with almost anyone and they won't be offended.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what I wanted to say was ideally in Korean but probably not, is that like I am bad at the high formal.
네,
I'm bad at the
네,
simnida.
네.
Simnida like 못해서 or whatever. But I don't know what the word is for that. I don't know what the word is for the middle one. But I know banmal is just casual. Like that kind of refers to one thing.
네. 제가 책에 I wrote in a book, academic theory or something. I have to double check it, but what I saw was that since there are so many kinds of 높임말, 반말, 높임말, and in 높임말 there's a lot of different kinds, right?
Sure.
So they categorize as a 요체, 씁니다체.
Really interesting. Okay. And then what is the che? Is that what is che doing there? What's the meaning of che? Your style, like your form? Che. Okay. Yeah. So 씁니다 che. 저는 정말 못해서. 왜냐면 그냥 너무 formal, whatever.
맞아요. 네.
하지만 요체 많이 다른 황상. I always forget what situation is.
상황.
wrong word.
황상.
상황들이 들은 할 수 있어요. You can use it in many different situations.
네. 상황. 그러면은 이거 진짜 어려운 한국어인데 해봐요. 제가 그때 요리사 잘생겼네요 한 요리사 vinko와 그 친구 너도 라고 했던 친구 요리사가 vinko한테 어우 잘생겼네요 그러면 vinko는 oh you too 한국어로 어떻게 할까요?
I know there's like 다른 말 할 수 있어요. 하지만 can you say like 선생님도 잘생겼어요?
Perfect.
Okay. Cool.
맞아요. 그거를 하고 싶었어요. 네.
Great. And 선생님 works in almost any context unless they are like have like a really high class job, right? Like what if you said that to a surgeon or like a doctor? Could you say 선생님도 잘생겼어요? Could you say that to like the CEO of your company?
If you don't know their title, you can always use it to the third person as 선생님.
Okay, so
if you know their title, it's better to go with their title.
Okay, but like 요리사도 that wouldn't really work, right?
That works better actually.
Oh, really?
Since you know that their guy is a cook, chef.
Yeah.
요리사님도 잘생겼어요.
So interesting. I kind of thought that like 선생님 is kind of like a really nice and formal, kind of way, but also a kind of a compliment. Like 선생님 is kind of like regarded rather highly in Korea. So let's say if you meet like a good example in English is a street sweeper, which is usually viewed as quite like a low job. So if you meet a street sweeper, would it be nice to say street sweeper 님도 잘생겼어 or 선생님도 잘생겼어?
That's very interesting.
I'm asking the most difficult questions when you are most tired, so I am sorry for that.
But I love this topic. I love this. I don't want to say this.
Yeah.
But 선생님
네.
has authority of this amount.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a job below here.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you call their person as 선생님,
yeah,
as a compliment.
Okay, cool.
But
yeah,
if you
that's
have
what I was
this
thinking.
kind of thing,
Then-
선생님, it's like a decompliment.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I wanted to know. Okay, perfect. So like 편의점 점원님도 잘생겼어. Or you could be like, 선생님
Yes.
잘생겼어.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
Wow, it's really, really fun.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It helps with me teaching English that I kind of have to think about a few like outside of the box things because
Yeah.
I get these kind of questions just leveled at me.
Oh, true,
Like
true.
a few was it 지난주에 한 저희 학생이 저에게 물어보았어요.
네.
한 질문 물어보았어요. What is the difference between shop and store?
네.
Said,
뭐예요?
하지만 actually, damn it, guess. What is guess? I always forget guess. No. 이사? No. What is guess?
추측하다.
Oh my god, I always forget that.
오늘 추측.
Yeah, I'm too many 추측. 추측해서 store is kind of Americanism. So like shop in most Western countries we use shop, but Americans also use store. So there's no real difference. So I almost lied. I almost said like, a shop is where you can buy like products, and a store is something that gives you services, which would have been pure crap. Me just completely making it up. But a store, thank God I googled it afterwards and it was correct. Like store is more likely to be used in America if my Google foo was correct. But yeah, there's some interesting things you.
와, 어렵다.
응.
오케이. 와, 이거 정말 어렵다.
선생님도
선생님.
잘생겼어. 선생님도 반가워요.
그러면은 제가 학생
응.
그리고 빈코 교수님으로
응.
해볼게요.
오케이.
요번엔 빈코의 이제 빈코가 저한테 이제 칭찬을 해주세요.
칭찬? 그래서 칭찬.
아, 칭찬. 잘생겼네요, 예쁘네요, 멋있네요.
So compliment?
네네네네.
칭찬?
칭찬. 와, 대박. 추천, 추측, 칭찬.
This is ridiculous. We've got a theme of the lesson. The double chiz.
What? Do we make it a rhyme or something?
Yeah.
칭찬.
칭찬. I actually don't even know that word. I've never seen that word before. 칭찬. So I should give you a 칭찬.
네, 네.
I don't know, like Jisoo C. You're Jisoo now, by the way. Jisoo C. Also, I shouldn't be speaking Korean to you, but okay. Jisoo C. What would presentation be? I don't know, like 문제 정답 is reply or response.
Answer.
Yeah, okay, that's good enough. 정답은 잘했어요. 정말 어려운 질문이 왔어요. No, 왔어요, like 있었어요. How do you say like that was a hard question, or that was a difficult question?
정말 어려운 질문이었어요.
이었어요.
네.
Okay. I always say 있었어요.
네.
What is the difference there?
질문 있었어는 physically be there.
Okay.
이었어는 it was.
Okay. 이었어요. I always like. Okay, good. That's good to know because I always go blank on 이었어요. 이었어요.
네네네.
이요. Can you write that down as well?
Oh, it's not though.
Yeah. Forget it. 이었어요. Okay. And then for 현재, for present tense?
이에요.
And then simple form?
이다.
Oh, so the yosso is just because you're conjugating.
그러네요. 네, 이다.
Yeah, okay. So that's why I got a bit confused. But no, so like, 그것은 질문이 정말 어려운 질문이었어요. 그래서 정말 잘했어요.
감사합니다. 교수님이 저를 잘 가르쳐 주셔서 제가 잘 할 수 있었어요.
네, 알아요. Oh, good question. Could you say 주요 학생, 선생님도 like I don't know. Okay. Could you say 학생님도? Can you even say 학생님? You can't add a title of respect to students. 학생님.
I think that's too much.
Yeah.
Unless
it's almost discordant. Yeah. Unless
your student is like 70 or 60.
Yeah. Or like maybe like PhD students or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 지수 학생. 아니면 지수 씨도.
Yeah. 지수 씨도 잘했어요. Yeah. So you basically said like you taught me well. So I could say like 지수 씨도 I don't know like 공부했어요 or like 배웠어요.
네.
Okay. Like you studied well, you learned well.
네.
And that would be appropriate. Would that be, or should you be like, what the hell are you saying? Like just carry on speaking English.
잘 배웠어요.
잘 배웠어요. Okay, sure. And it's kind of weird in English. You say like you studied well. So
뭔가
yeah.
문맥에서. 그러면은 저희가 교수님이 해봤으니까 교수님, 학생, 롤플레잉을 한번 해봅시다. 제가 B 마이너스를 받았어요.
다시 말해주세요.
제가 B 마이너스
yeah.
받아서 A 플러스 받고 싶어서 많이 있었죠.
That happened. Oh my god, that happened a lot.
많이 있었어요.
It's just simply that 있었어요.
네.
That is like many was interesting. Okay, anyway, come on.
교수님.
네.
제가 좀 드릴 말씀이 있어서 이렇게 찾아왔습니다. 제 성적표가 B 마이너스가 나왔더라고요. 그런데 이번 학기에 장학금을 받으려면 A 플러스가 돼야
진짜?
장학금을 받을 수가 있어서 혹시 한번 좀 성적을 이렇게 올려주실 수 있을지 여쭤보고 싶어서 왔어요.
이름이 뭐예요?
저 라이언입니다.
라이언. 라이언 씨?
네.
Let's say 81. 81% 주었어요. 근데 81% B. 근데 성적 I don't know what curve.
커브요?
Curve like a
커브
like curve. Curve.
Oh
my god. Okay. 반 curve는 30?
네.
%?
네.
A.
네.
40%?
네.
B.
네.
30% C. C거나 둘 성적. 라인 C 40% 했었어요. 했어요. 근데 미안해요. 다른 학생들이 더 성적 받았어요. 네. 받았어요. 받다 is a irregular verb that doesn't lose the b, right?
받았어요.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 네. 다른 학생들이 더 성적 받았어요. 그런데 만약 라이언 씨 더 성적 줄 거예요. 그런데 다른 학생이 덜 성적 주어야 해요. 그래서 B 마이너스.
저 그래도 81%면 A 아닌가요?
아니요. 90%.
90%야 J인 거예요?
그래서 저희 시행? What the hell is a test? Did I just forget what a test? 시험. 저희 기말고사 저한테 줬어요?
여기 성적표 시험지.
Okay, see. 여기 틀렸어요. 여기에 틀렸어요. 또 여기 4% 주면서 is if, right? 주면 B 플러스 받을 거예요. 근데 한더 디더 B 플러스.
감사합니다.
괜찮아.
나가. 감사합니다 교수님. 다행이다. Yeah.
I've done that like 60 times.
It's your job. So wow.
It does. I mean, they ask all the time, but I always just say like, you got less than someone else. If I give you more, they will get less. So I cannot. I hate those situations.
But that's a very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it worked.
So yeah, they come in wanting a A plus, they leave with a B plus, and they're happy. Usually. Sometimes they're not happy.
But this is a lot still.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Very generous.
Yeah.
Generous.
I'm happy to fudge the scores a bit if they've worked hard and it's like it's B to B plus, A to A plus. If it's not changing anyone else's grade.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
하지만 like 한 학생이 덜 성적 I don't know, like 줘야 해요. Like I must give them a lower score. Then no, then I won't do that.
맞아요.
네.
정해져 있으니까. 그럼 이걸로 해서 뭔가 새로운 롤플레잉을 하는데 this time consider me as someone who don't know English at all.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna answer your question. It's like, 영어 몰라요.
Yeah. Okay, well, but I'm speaking to you in Korean. Okay.
혹시 모르는 게 있어도 이렇게 해서 하기. 어떤 롤플레잉 하고
어떤
싶어요?
문제?
네.
Ooh, I've got a good one. 왜냐면 이 황상 or 상황? What is
상황?
it? 상황. 이 상황은 어제 했어요. Just happened? 있어요? Why would you say happened?
어제 일어났어요.
일어났어요? That worked?
Happened.
일어났어요.
일어나다.
I still don't understand 일어나다. Because it's work.
일하다.
일하다. And that's work. So what does happen?
일어나다.
Really?
발생하다.
Yes, I must research that again. Anyway, yeah, this happened yesterday. Students during class, Zoom class, lots of noise in the background. And I say, hey, please mute. And he doesn't mute. I say, listen, please mute. He said, no, I'm going to speak. I said, you don't need to speak now. Mute. And eventually I had to mute him. And then he unmuted himself. And then I muted him again. And he unmuted himself again. And I said, listen, I'm not sure if you don't understand me, but I'm muting you because there's lots of noise in the background. And he said, like, no, I will speak. And he unmuted himself. And I muted him again, and I said, if he does it again, I'm going to kick him out of my class for the rest of the semester. And he didn't unmute himself. So we can do that. And maybe he just didn't understand English and had no idea what the hell I was saying. So this kind of works in that context. So.
재밌겠다.
Yeah. 시작하자.
네.
Okay, context is I've called you to my office, even though that should never happen in Corona times. But I've called you to my office to discuss this 상황.
It already happened.
Yeah.
오케이. 안녕하세요 교수님.
안녕.
저 왜 부르셨어요?
어제는 너의 줌 콜
때문에
많이 배경에서 많이 소리했어.
네.
소리 였어요? I hope so. 많이 소리. 네네. 왔어요. 그리고 다른 학생들이 많이 슬로해요. Or maybe frustrated, annoyed. What is annoyed? I forget what annoyed is. 슬로했어. 이름이 뭐야?
저 라이언
다시.
네.
라이언.
네.
B 마이너스. 라이언 씨. 많이 다른 학생들이 라이언 씨 불행하다 complain. 불행하다. 라이언 씨.
네.
도와주세요. 불행하다.
네.
불행하다. 뜻이 뭐예요?
불행하다.
shit. 비경하다? 불평하다? 네네네. 많이 다른 학생들이 라이언 씨에게 불평했어. 많이 소리 배경 있었어요.
근데 저는 말을 하고 싶어서 뮤트를 하면은 말을 할 때마다 언뮤트하고 말을 하고 다시 뮤트하고 언뮤트하고 하고 귀찮아요.
왜냐면 라이팅 클래스.
라이팅 클래스.
진짜. 라이팅 클래스 있었어요.
라이팅 클래스요?
네. 영어 말해 클래스는 다른 클래스.
라이팅 클래스요?
네.
저는 제가 쓰는 소리 들려주고 싶어서 열심히 라이팅 하고 있다. 좀 들어주세요. 그래서 켜놨어요.
클래스 시작할 때 동안 클래스는 시작. Damn it! It was the start of class. Wow, I have no clue how to say that. 클래스는 시작했어요. Or it was the start of the class. I have no idea how to say that. 그래서 말하고 필요 없어요. It's probably very incorrect. 그냥 말해야 well, I have no clue what I'm saying here. You did not need to speak. 말하고 말한 필해 거 없어요.
괜찮아요, 교수님?
아니에요. 영어 교수님. 한국말은 할 수 없어요.
교수님 턱이 7개.
네. 라인 씨,
네.
영어 말해 주세요.
영어 몰라요. 라이팅만 할 수 있어요.
네. 한국말은 너무 못해요. 오케이. 라인 씨, 다음 시간, 다음 수업이 만약 많이 소리 있어요. 그런데 저희 수업이 라이언에게 칠 거예요.
네.
네.
그럼 한 번 나가면 다시 못 돌아와요?
네.
그럼 저 F.
맞아. B plus F. 그래서
네.
만약 is if, right? Okay, kind of. Or like 혹시 많이 소리 배경에 있어요? 이었어요. 그런데 mute 하고 싶어.
네.
Please.
네.
만약 mute 안 했어? Or if you don't do it. Wow, I can't believe I can't even think of that. But 혹시 mute 안 했어? 나가. 괜찮아?
네. 알겠습니다.
네. 나가.
안녕히 계세요.
I messaged him. Being like, I don't know if you understood, but like, never again.
Did he reply?
No.
Was it a rude, vibey student or?
It was really weird. So at first I thought, oh, okay, it's really loud. He said he's gonna speak. He doesn't understand, but then he unmuted himself like 5 times. Wow. And every time he unmuted himself, I was like, this seems a lot more like he's purposely being a dick rather than just a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
So on the 5th time, I was like, if you do that again, you're literally out of my class. So I'm still not sure, but I think it's more likely that he was being 조금 무료해.
Did you see your 얼굴?
그냥 학생이 영동상, is that video? 동영상 없어요.
소리만.
네. What is only again? Man, yeah. Man 학생 동영상이 없어요. 네, 그래서 상표, is 상표 a trademark? something 표, 정표. What is facial expression?
표정.
Damn it.
정표.
Yeah. 성평? What? 표정일 없어요. Or I couldn't see it. So I don't know. But he seemed like he was. I honestly think he was drunk. 진짜. Yeah.
와. 안녕히 계세요. Wow. Okay. Let's wrap a little early today.
Sure, we've got some gifts out to you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 오늘은
어떤 삼겹살 식당에 가고 싶어요?
저는 신촌에
네.
고기창고 고기창고라는 삼겹살 집이 있는데.
네. Is 별로 already or just 이미? What's the different words for already? I know 이미 is 벌써. I always get those correct. 벌써 식당에 갔어요?
옛날에
Okay.
가봤어요.
맛있어요?
맛있어요.
Okay. 왜 식당에 가고 싶어? 왜?
거기가 40년 됐는데
네.
이번 해에 새로 디자인하고 리모델링해서 엄청 예뻐졌어요.
재밌어. 근데 so when you say like then in Korean,
그러면
is that the most common way of saying?
그러면
And then 근데,
however,
really?
but
I was told that 근데 is just like a shortened then.
근데 that's a good way to say it. Just like 근데
Yeah.
then 근데.
So what is the most common way you'd say in like a relatively normal conversation? You're not speaking to, the 대통령 of the country. What's the most common way you'd say just then?
그러면.
And would you usually say 그러면, or would you just be adding a particle to whatever verb you said before? I don't know, like 카페, like 가서, like.
Can you tell me some example English sentences?
For example, like I went to gym, then I went to a cafe.
In that way. 헬스장 갔어요. 그리고 for that one 그리고.
Okay. And you wouldn't say like just 가고 like I don't know, 헬스장에 가고 카페에 갔어요.
네, 그것도 돼요. 네.
So which one would you? Because like for me, I always find myself saying then a lot in Korean because I'm always just trying to like think of the next phrase or sentence. So in that case, just 그러면.
So if you start the saying, so let's say we are making a plan. So we're thinking, where should we go? And then you want to say, then let's just go here.
Yeah.
In that sense, 그러면
Yeah.
여기 가자.
Okay. But just in like a normal everyday conversation, you know how often I'm saying then because I'm always trying to think of what to say. What would be the most appropriate word then?
이렇게 하고 그리고.
Okay.
그리고.
Okay.
그리고. 이런 like connecting particles are very useful. But it's hard. One thing I think which will be really, really useful for you is that I think you use a lot of if sentence.
Yeah.
뭐 뮤트하면 if you muted, don't unmute yourself. Something like that.
Yeah.
Mute what you said used to be 뮤트했어요. 그러면 뮤트하지 마세요.
Yeah.
However, if you use like 면 뮤트하면 뮤트하지 마세요.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really useful.
Yeah. The trouble with particles when you're still terrible at speaking is like when you're speaking, translating from English into Korean, you kind of translate in like groups of phrases, and that phrase is like finished before you think of adding that particle. So if it's like, I don't know, I went to the gym and I went to a cafe, like you'd think like I don't know, like 헬스장에 가, and you think in your head like 가요, 그리고. So like you kind of finish each phrase before you can add the particle to it.
네.
But it should be like 헬스장 가고 or 가서, and you just so like you need to be basically one word ahead of each phrase when you're speaking, which is seriously difficult when you're terrible at speaking. But
especially if comes at the first part.
Yeah.
Comes at the last part.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that makes Korean difficult is that the particle system is just like it's just one step ahead of you, and you have to think. You should actually be thinking of the entire sentence at each time, but usually I'm going to connect those two phrases. So you need to think of two phrases.
Oh.
And so you need to have that like particle ready.
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's tough. And you don't want to just sound like 헬스장에 갔어요. Like 그리고 카페에 갔어요. 그리고 식당에 갔어요. Like
that's natural actually.
It's not natural. Is that natural? You would never speak like that to your friend.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, like that works, but you don't ever want to speak like that. That's like bare bones basics, and you should get out of that as soon as the grammar of that makes sense to you. You should be trying to combine phrases and sentences, but then it's actually quite a leap in difficulty because you have to have the next phrase lined up, and that lining up is the particle is usually like the link between the two phrases.
That's right. You have to know what comes next in order to connect.
Yeah. So I need to work on that actually.
Oh, so for English, it doesn't have to do like that.
Kind of.
And then.
Yeah. Kind of. It's definitely, as far as I'm aware, I haven't had to like think too much about that structure, fortunately, but I'm pretty certain it's a lot easier in that regard. And also English does not have particles. We don't have anything close to it.
Oh yeah.
It's a completely foreign concept. So.
But isn't like of or a or some kind of a.
Sure, determiners and prepositions and things, but they're not like they're still not particles. Like if you look at like Spanish and French and stuff, like you'll find the same determiners and prepositions in various ways, but like in Korean, particles and English grammar is like approximations, and eventually once you start getting to like upper intermediate Korean grammar, a lot of the time it's like, so this has no direct translation, but it's close enough to this in English.
Oh, people actually explain like that, right?
Yeah. Because at some point you shouldn't actually be direct translating anymore. You should just be like, this is it in Korean.
Yeah.
And just get used to it in Korean.
Yeah, the way Koreans express.
Yeah. So I think one thing I should be focusing on when speaking with you is like, just like simple particle linking, like basically just using particles in a more efficient and maybe streamlined fashion.
I think that's maybe a step. Like you used with like a basic sentences.
Yeah.
If you get accustomed to it, you should just like level up or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
It feels so like infantile to speak like that. Like, I don't know. 김밥이 or 김밥을 먹어요. 그리고 like, oh god.
I eat kimbap and it was delicious.
Yeah, no, I eat kimbap, full stop. It was delicious, full stop. Like, that's awful. So I've already passed that, but like going to the next level is surprisingly a lot more difficult.
If you're trying to do it.
Yeah, because I mean at that point you're not doing almost any particle apart from like present, past, and future tense. And as soon as you start connecting phrases or sentences, then it's any Korean particle. It's all. After that point, it's like it could be anything, like nunde and like 하지만, like those even simple ones. But
wow, yeah, like 그리고 그러면 그래서 그러다가 그러니까. Oh, what the hell? It's like
at some point, learning Korean is just learning particles, because like a lot of Korean is extremely context specific, kind of nuanced usages of different particles. So, yeah, simple phrases, Korean is kind of relatively simple, but as soon as you start combining phrases and sentences, that's actually when it starts becoming quite a lot more difficult. Yeah. But anyway, let's eat some damson gibson.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
So it was a good session. In the fourth session, we were for like an hour straight.
Slightly different. Like we probably spoke more English this time, but I think it was still useful.
Yeah. Thanks for make me relax a little bit.
Sure. I think next time, we should always be forcing the Korean. If you find like I'm speaking too much English, just bop me on the head and force me to. But I think this time was good. We actually had some good concepts.
Yeah. All right, it was a good session.
Yeah. Well done.
Oh yeah.